Hello, guys. Hello again. Welcome. I hope you could enjoy yesterday, your day, your holiday, your free day for you. So I hope you could enjoy it. I hope you could complete the questions that were in a platform. So thank you so much for staying here again. And today we're going to be knowing more about what is the sun. Okay, let's go. Plant and sunlight. The light from the sun helps plants and earth grow. Look at the photo of plants below. The leaves on the top branch grew in sunlight. The leaves on the bottom branch grew without much sunlight. What difference do you notice? Look here. Look here. Here we have two plants, okay? We have two plants. These plants grow with more light, and these plants grow with less light. The thing here is that, like I were telling you on Monday, the plants need from the sun to grow. Okay, the plants need for the sun, and in that way, when a plant is not in contact with the sun, the plant doesn't grow. For that reason, here we can see that these plants, okay, grow with light, with the sun, and this one no. For that reason, it is important for the plants to be with the sun. Okay, both the sun head, its light are important to plants. Plants use sunlight to make food. If they don't get enough light, they won't be healthy. Animals depend on the sun, heat and light. Two without heat and light, animals wouldn't have food and warmth. So it's important, guys, to know that the plants need the sun. So if the plant doesn't have the sun, the plants cannot grow. So it's important for that reason that when we have plants, the plants can be in contact with the sun. Look here. This is amazing. How does the sun affect this ocean environment? So as you can, as you can see, oh, I don't know if you have ever visited these kind of places on the ocean. So the ocean has coral reef. Okay, have you ever seen the coral reef? The coral reef also are plants under the ocean. And what how the sunlight make the effects on the coral reef? The thing is that the coral reef also grow because they are plants too. They grow with the sunlight of the sun. So because also the sun make effects under the water. Okay, also. And also the living things that live in the ocean, they need that. They need it. So let's go to misconceptions. Have you ever melted in an ice cube in your hands? Have you ever melted an ice cube in your hands? All of us, we have ever put an ice cube in our hands, right? And it disappears when it's in contact with the sun. Many people think an ice cubes give off cool. That is a misconception. Okay, that is a misconception that many people ice cubes give off cool. A misconception is a wrong idea. Misconception is a wrong idea. It's something wrong, something that is not true. The cube melts because your body and head is a heat source. Heat is going from your hand to ice cube until they are the same temperature. It is misconception that cool moves into your hand instead. Think the head live in your head. When you have an ice cube in your hands, it's what happened with this one. It melts, okay? It melts because they need to be that cube, ice cube, need to be with another thing that is from the same temperature. What could happen if the ice cube is not with another thing that is not for the same temperature? It is not gonna be uh, it's not gonna be compatible for them because that it will melt. For that reason, we cannot have ice ice uh, an ice cube in our hands for a long time. A winter seems up coats trap your body, head and keep you warm. And the misconception is that the heads come from the coat. If you leave your coat unzipped, your body head will escape and you won't be as warm. The coat has head of its own, instead it trapped. So when you are in winter, so all of us when we are in winter, you need to use what you need to use. You need to keep your body with a coat, okay? And this coat will help your body to stay warm. But what should happen if you don't use the zipper? Okay, you put down your zipper. The warm that is in your body will escape, and you could not be warm completely. Okay, so the reason for us is important to learn more about this. So other sources of heat and light. The sun is not the only sources of heat and light. One way to create heat is to mechanical energy. Mechanical energy is power from persons and animals. It can also be formed the wind of another sources. Mechanical energy does not talk, plug into the wall or use a battery. A handheld pencil sharpener is an example of something that uses mechanical energy. So it is a bicycle pump. This object uses people power to do work. A windmill gets its energy from the wind. It can do work because a wind-powered cart might be pulled by a horse. Where does it get the energy to move? Where do you think that the sharpener gets the energy? Because it's a mechanical energy. It's a mechanical energy, if you don't know. So, but where did it get the power of the energy? Let's go. When we use tools like this, they produce mechanical head. Head, head created by moving parts. This head is caused by friction, the movement. The movement of the pencil in the sharpener is friction, okay? The force that holds back the movement and sliding object when parts rub together, the motion makes things warm up. You have probably experienced this type of head yourself, okay? Try rubbing your hands together, okay? Just move your hands. Do it now, do it. Try to rubbing your arms, your hands, rubbing. When you make this, you are making friction, okay? This friction makes your hands get hot, okay? That's or get warm. So for that reason, where we can make friction this way, and this is a mechanical head, okay? So this is an example of mechanical head. Machines tool that you work create mechanical head when you hammer a nail into a piece of wood. The nail and the wood rub together and create friction. This friction causes both a nail and the wood and head up. So for example, if you go to if you are lost in the environment, in a rare place in the mountain, you can create fire moving wood, a piece of wood with what? With a rope. With a wood with another with a rock. With another with one wood with another wood can create also we can make the friction in that way, and that makes fire. Another one, cracking or pushing rocks to each other makes friction, and that makes a fire. It people fire and everything. Mechanical head can be a problem. If there's too much head, the part of the machine may not work properly, or the head may make the machine dangerous to use. We can reduce friction in machines using a lubricant, a substance that makes things slippery. Oil is a lubricant. We use oil to keep parts of car engines from heating up too much. That other substance makes things slippery. Okay, what other things make things slippery? Soap, lotions, and even water can make things slippery. So, for example, you can see the cars. What could happen if the car doesn't have oil? What could happen? If a car doesn't have oil, all the pieces of iron of the car will be in contact. And this will be a time that these things will becoming very warm and very hot. And this can make that the car cannot work. But for that reason, we use the oil. Okay, we can use water, we can use soap, and other thing of lotion. And if that make, for example, the oil that will make that the car will have a better development. So the oil will help to lubricate, and in that way the car will gives all the order of another one machine will have a better process, or will have a better duration. Okay, for that reason it's necessary to follow these steps. So thank you guys for staying till the end of the video now. Please go to the platform and make a little summary about what you understand about the class of today and how machines are important for us and how also what what we can do with our hands and how what the friction, okay, and how the friction helps us to make warm things. So thank you guys so much. Bye bye. Take care. See you tomorrow.